And we're back, and I want to do a quick rig rundown. This is a web-exclusive rig rundown, Dirk Newton's board. What have we got here, Dirk?
What we got is the chromatic tuner runs after the distortion pedals as a buffer. Something I learned from Micah Natera, and it does help quite a bit with it dampens a lot of stuff.
What are you running for distortion there?
Distortion wise, I use a lot of fuzz. If you listen to 60s stuff, a lot of the distortion stuff is actually fuzz. And fuzz is pretty reactive. So this is called a flying tomato. And this has a dying battery. It was one of the first, almost all distortion or a lot of the distortion and fuzz pedals now have a sagging battery function, because back in the day you had a battery and it lasted 7 seconds. So it sounded good for 3.5 seconds. So that's the flying tomato. It's kind of all the same, but if you back down on the volume, it cleans up. I have my guitar is modified with a treble bleed, and the treble bleed, what it does is it cleans up, but it doesn't get muddy. So you got that Red Llama, more Tom Petty-ish type stuff, brouhaha. Then you have the Boss Tone Fuzz, which is different. The Boss Tone Fuzz originally plugged into the guitar. So if you see there's a band called Spirit, you will see the Boss Tone plugged into an identical long scale version of this guitar by the band. It's called Spirit. So anyway, the Boss Tone was a 9-volt battery plugged into that, and it stuck right to the top of your guitar. Wow. Actually, what was the band that did 1979?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins. Billy used big muffs, and if you look, they're plugged in. Some of them are gaffer taped to the top of the guitar because they're on all the time. Fuzz is a glorious thing. I love it. One of my favorite effects.
And what is this thing?
This is called, I used to haul around a Leslie rotating speaker.
Oh man.
Until I got old. And so what it is, it's a rotating speaker, but this is German. It's a Doppler effect. It's a psychoacoustic and a physical. If you stand, it's like standing in the middle of your tone. So this is the rotors going around. So, but if you hear stuff. So you've heard it. It's one of those things that you hear it, and you hear it a lot, and you don't realize what it is. So it's a wonderful thing. Strymon, Flint, vibrato. You hear it a lot on surf, good stuff. And then you've got your delay pedals.
So wait, do you have multiple delays going at once?
I have multiple delays running at once. Actually,
Earthquaker right there.
The
dispatch maker, is that what it says?
The dispatch master is actually a reverb and a delay. Okay. And it's very subtle. The Epoch, the Bell Epoch, is a tape delay simulator, kind of like that stuff. It's just, it's gotten to the point where boxes can do a lot of stuff. So, And that's about it.
So wait, what's the other delay you have going then?
The Bell Epoch.
Oh, the Bell Epoch, and then the
And
Earthquaker.
then this is
EP
a. If you listen to Peter Frampton, Peter Frampton used a EP Echoplex, but he didn't use it for the delay. He used it for the preamp. It did something really good to the tone. So.
Ah. We'll find a place for it. Don't worry.
There you go. So anyway. So a lot of guys use that just for a clean boost.
Okay.
It's
I
one
know
of those things.
They
where
make
you
an EP boost now.
Yep. That's
it's
actually
just
what
an
that's
EP,
what that is.
just
It's
a
a
boost.
booster.
Okay.
So it can give you a clean boost and it doesn't mess with your tune. A lot of times when you mess around with the fuzzes and the distortion boxes, it will alter your tone. As Neil Young once said, the first transistor that your guitar sees is going to change everything. So,
Well,
from a guy that plays through old tweed amps, so
well,
that's
that's
it.
your rig.
That's the rig.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dirk.
Got to dig the rig. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that Joe is doing this, and I thank the crew here. Thank you for carrying my stuff, Matt. I'll give you $11.
Dirk Newton, everyone.